Perfect. Perfetto. One each, just on one chair in front of each other. Perfect. We're going to sit a bit high up here. Is that okay to sit like this? Perfect. It's just going to be high up. You know, and I would really like if the people from the back, if you would come closer, you could also sit on the floor with this, because we are doing this together. So the closer you come, the better it is. So if somebody from the back wants to come closer, that's fine. It's wonderful. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
How nice to see you both. And you're British, are you?
I'm an Englishman.
You're an Englishman. That's nice. I heard you were speaking just a few, an hour ago or something. I was thinking, oh, he's British, but he's English, yes. Okay. So you can, we can do this in English anyway, so it's best for you, isn't it? So, we need a mic. Oh, God. And now we have a little problem because we need to have the mic. So I don't know how we're going to do this. If it's are there two mics? Oh, yeah. You should have a mic.
Papa.
Hello.
Hello. That's good. Perfect. Yes. So, is this the first time? Have you tried listening to each other? You've been to some imagotherapist. Was it? No. So this is the first time. Yeah. So
many workshops.
Many workshops. You've done many. Okay. Perfect.
Well,
not together. Yeah. You've known each other for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah, but you haven't been together for such a long time.
No.
No. You're on and off.
We were on.
Yeah.
And then off.
Yeah.
And now we don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Now we're neighbors.
Okay. Now you're neighbors. Okay. Perfect. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Okay. So what we are going to do, we're going to, honor the space here, because what I'm saying is that the relationship is all here in this space. So we're going to honor this, but we're going to put it in white. Instead of the dot, we're going to look at the white, and we're going to strengthen your receiving place here and yours as well. So it's going to be able to be fully open, because when we are open, we can deal with anything. We can talk about anything, but we need to be open and, need to be there. So just for the fun of it, see if you can, as long as you can, sitting like this, but see if you can close down as much as you can, just to get the feeling of what you do think you look like when you're at your worst, when you're really stuck in the dots. What do you think you look like?
What I look
Yeah.
like.
What do you look when you are the worst? What do you think? She knows. You can see on her face. How is your body? Is it closed down?
Yeah, I mean, I feel despair and frustration and anger.
Yeah, you feel despair and frustration and anger. And what does it look like in your body? Is it closed down, or you shut down, or your body language like this, or?
No, I move around a lot.
Oh, you move around a lot. Okay.
Yes. And then when I realized this is not me, and I will go and meditate.
Oh, okay.
And I will just go and sit down by myself.
Yeah.
And feel that goodness in me.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so you see the pattern that first you walk around, and then you say, this is not me, so you go and meditate. And you get in touch with the goodness inside of you. So, and she's outside that.
She's outside, she's getting more and more angry.
Yeah, she's getting more and more angry. So how does your anger look like when you're in the worst place?
Well, sometimes he does as he said, sometimes he just fiddle with his iPad.
Okay, so sometimes
and
you see
then
that
I'm
he
really,
does this.
Yeah, and I'm really.
So what does your look like?
I get angry, I resent him, I think it's the worst possible person, it's the wrong place, and I can't be here, I get nothing done.
No.
He's just sitting there with his iPad, and what is all this about?
Yeah.
And I kind
so
of
when you
suffer.
What do you do then?
I'm uncomfortable. I feel like no, and the jaw sort of goes, and No, I don't like it.
You don't like it.
I'm uncomfortable
Yeah.
and
Does he
angry.
hear you are angry? Can he hear you shout or?
Sometimes,
just-
well, when it gets into fight, I shout.
Okay.
But I don't like shouting.
You like shouting?
No,
Oh,
I don't.
Okay,
No.
you don't like
So,
shouting. Okay. But you're pissed off, you're angry, and you can
Yeah.
see that on your, in your
Yeah.
cheeks and your
Yeah.
vad heter det? Käkar.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
And the new thing that I can own the anger.
Yeah.
I know I'm angry, I'm okay with the energy, but I'm not okay with it on a higher level because I know I want connection, I want
Of
something
course
good
you want
feeling.
a connection, yeah. But I'm really humbled when I hear
Yeah.
that both of you see what you do. Because again, this is one of the first
Mm.
steps, to see what we do
Yeah.
when we get triggered, you know, and when we get kidnapped. So it feels like, oh, this is hopeless, or, you know, I don't know what to do, and we close down. So if you now just would close your body language, because you know the communication is mostly with our, actually 95% or 93, 94% about tone of voice, face expressions, yeah, and our body movements. So, and now in the next phase, just open up. Just open, and see if you could go just in the imagination to that wonderful, good place based on your core values and safety, and see how would you look if you were going to talk to a best friend. And
From this, shoulders up. And
yes.
I'd go,
Yeah. You would just open up like that.
When I'm at my best, I feel I'm walking on water.
Oh,
I
you're
just-
walking on water when you're the best.
I just stroll along.
Yeah, stroll along.
and
You could just look at his face when he says it.
It is so easy.
Yeah, it's so easy. So what do you think she sees then when you're walking on water? What is the movements that you show her at that time?
She doesn't often see it,
Oh, she doesn't see it.
not so much.
Okay. Does she get a feeling of it, you think?
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
And I mean, she's so honest, you know.
Mm.
She's working on herself so much, and I know it's a question of time.
Yeah,
And suddenly she'll come back,
yeah.
and she'll be there again.
Okay.
And so it's just a question of being patient. And
So you're just waiting, like this, what do you call this big, wonderful animal that's sitting under, you know, in Christmas time we have this, vad heter han? Tjuren Ferdinand. You know who that is?
an animal at Christmas. A reindeer.
Yeah,
You got the red-
I just
those
got that
reindeer.
metaphor. You know, there's a big tjur. What is tjur? Bull. It's a cartoon during Christmas. Have you seen it?
No,
He's
no.
just sitting there,
Okay.
you know, under this tree, smelling up the flowers and having a good time. He's just waiting. So that's what I made up when I heard you, just waiting for her to come back again, because she will come back again.
Yes, because she's such a beautiful, honest woman.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, I can see that.
That's who she is.
Yeah, that's who she is. Yeah, perfect. And I'm so glad you noticed that in her, but also that you notice in yourself how you are if you're closed down or if you're open. Because this is really if we are standing on a platform of safety or if we are standing on a platform of fear. Two different things. So here now, we're gonna help each other to open, you know. And you're gonna take responsibility of your openness, you know. So you're gonna say, okay, I'm here. I'm gonna be available. Not only to him, but also for yourself to be able to receive whatever that is coming from here, you know? And the same for you. So, you know, I know this is a little bit tricky, but I want to have you just a little bit closer. So could one of you take this chair a little bit closer?
Cut our legs off.
You can just spread your legs, baby, and she will... See? Because when we do this, when you have this close, if you look at each other, you're going to see this. Because when you are this close, and you have those soft eyes in front of you, your nervous system is going to calm down, because we do regulate each other all the time. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, see if you want to have them or not. See how responsible he is. He wants to see you properly. So he wants to check, am I going to have my glasses on or not?
A little bit better this way.
A little bit better this way. Perfect. You see the way he took responsibility now of himself? Yeah.
It really touches me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it touched you because it means that you're already open to taking it in. Already open, taking it in. And when we look at each other this way, we read these small signs under our eyes and around our mouths. And this has a lot to do with our vagal nerve because it's connected to our emotions, but also to our inner, our heart, our lungs. And so really you can say that we have our feelings in our face. And we always communicate that. Yeah. So now when we take the responsibility of coming this close, but having soft eyes, we regulate each other, just like that, in a second. Perfect. So just take us a few seconds and just look at each other with those soft eyes, and maybe just say thank you, not loud, just in your mouth. Thank you for being my neighbor. Thank you for the experiences we've had. And maybe saying thank you for helping me to grow because you're so bloody difficult sometimes.
Yeah, so that is so important.
That is so important. But keep it as a thank you. Keep it as a thank you. Yeah, exactly. Keep it as a thank you. So now we're going to build a small bridge between you. And the bridge needs to be quite short. So you'll have this distance. And the key for this bridge is really the soft eyes. It's the soft eyes. Because we always communicate with our bodies. So it's really to take responsibility of those soft eyes. And to show up. That's what we've been doing all the time. Showing up based on our core values. So how often would you say that you appreciate each other? Are you very generous in saying thank you and, oh, I appreciate when you do this and this? Or would you say that you're a little bit snål? Whatever that is in English. Mean, or what is snål when you're not generous?
Mean.
Yeah, oh, that's mean.
Yeah.
Mean?
Also.
Oh, okay. Greedy. Okay, yeah. Mean. That's true. So where are you? Is it easy for you?
With appreciation,
Yeah.
I could do more.
Yeah.
I think on a scale 0 to 10, 4.
Okay. From a 0 to 10, you're a
6
4.
maximum, not
Yeah.
often.
Yeah. Look at
That's
those eyes
okay.
when she says this. Yes, you're in a 4. Yeah. And if you would be based on your core values, what you've been looking at this today and yesterday, where would you like to be on that scale?
Oh, I don't have a would like. I'll be 9.
Okay,
That's
you'll be
where
a
I
9.
feel good.
You'll
Yeah.
be a 9. That would feel
Yeah.
good. Perfect. Yeah. It just as a visitor, because when you're looking at her, you're just a visitor. It's not really about you. It's about her, and you can see on her face how it shifts from a 4 to a 9. And how she has this kind of romance with herself now. And you're just a visitor because you're just looking at her and saying, "Oh, this is what's happening in front of me." Yeah. So where are you on the scale?
When she doesn't see me,
No, how often do you appreciate? How often are you generous
I
in
mean,
saying?
actually appreciating her.
Yeah,
Oh, not so much, 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Okay, so that's also
But the feeling is different.
the feeling is different. Yeah,
I feel I carry some pain
yeah. Okay,
from the anger,
yeah. Okay, so you get stuck in the anger.
and yeah, she triggers this old. I mean, I've got some old behaviour patterns which go way back,
Yeah,
and I thought there was 3 of them,
yeah.
and Camilla provokes them
Oh,
sometimes,
of course she does.
and I remember those.
Of course you remember them.
Okay?
Yeah, you're
But
real.
deep down, I know that she's this
Yeah.
she's this beautiful woman.
Yeah, so you know that deep down. So it's wonderful that you say this. So let's keep this color thing, that I was joking about. If we have the color of the positive, what would that be? Is it a yellow? No, a red color? Would that be good for positive?
I like green.
Okay, you like green, so okay, let's have green then. You will have green. So what is the color of the negative? The criticism or the negative or the heavy stuff?
There was something on the internet yesterday. It was the world's worst, ugliest color, and that's some sort of brown.
Okay, some sort of brown. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we got the green for the positive, and we got the brown, some sort of brown on
Yeah.
the negative.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Now this is more beige, isn't it? Oh, okay. Yeah, this is okay. Look at him. So, okay, but why I'm saying this is because, you know, when we mix the colors, what do they get? What color does it get if you mix green and some kind of ugly brown? Dirty
Yeah.
brown, yeah. So this is the same with the brain, because the brain is wired for negative, of course. So we need really to keep the green clear, you know, from the brown. And we need to differentiate that. And that means that when we're going to go into the appreciation, we're going to keep it green, you know. Although that there's, like you said, an honor of saying, oh, I have appreciation, but I get drawn into the brown stuff. That's what I heard you say before. And then you can come back to the green and you can go, oh, I know, here she is. And I know she's there as well. So now when we keep it green, it's going to be good for her because she will be able to open up and know that she will get only green. The other stuff we'll put over there. This is a green time.
Goodbye brown.
Goodbye brown, exactly. But you know, it won't only be good for her, it will also be good for you, because this green will come back and forth like this. And the brown will be left over there for now. Perfect. Perfect. Yay! You can see just what it looks like just saying this, you know? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go into something called an appreciation dialogue. And appreciation dialogue is something I do with every couple every day, every time. And I usually work intensive with couples. So we always start with that, and I always end with it. Because opening up and getting connection and honoring what's working is the most important thing. And interesting enough, when we go there and we hold that and we embrace that, the dot or the, you know, will get smaller and smaller. And a lot of times it will resolve by itself, interesting enough, because we are wired for connection. So I'm going to ask just both of you to think about something that you really, really appreciate with the other person. Really appreciate with the other person. And one of you can start and I will help you through it.
I think she's the most kind-hearted person I've ever met.
Perfect. So you want to start. Perfect. So just look at her and tell her directly. And I think you should say the whole sentence that one thing I appreciate with you.
One thing I appreciate about you is that you're the most kind-hearted person I've ever met.
And just look. Just look at him and just take it in and just look. Just look. And now when you're just taking it in, I want you, is it easy for you to have a fantasy of seeing a bridge? Can you do that? Is it hard or easy for you to use your fantasy? It's okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Because the more you can do that, the more you can help yourself knowing that you're just going to be a visitor. You know? So although that he's talking about you, and a lot has to do with you, and what he sees in you, it also has to do with him. Because we see whatever we have seen, we feel whatever we have felt, you know. So on one way, it's about you, but on the other hand, it's all about him. And the way his architecture looks like, you know, the neurons are firing up here. So we could imagine that you build a bridge, or you take the elevator up here, and we look at how the neurons are firing. How exciting. Yeah. And now you can see that also on his face, because as soon as he says something like what he appreciates now, the neurons are starting to fire, you know. And you can see that on the micro movements and his beautiful eyes and how, you know, you saw it in a second there, because it's already activated here. Yeah. So if you can remember, although that I talk a lot, but if you can remember, please mirror it to him and just give it back to him. So one thing you appreciate with me, and if you forgot it, just ask him to say it again.
So did I hear?
Yeah, no, yeah, it kind of,
Or
yeah.
I appreciate it.
No. So one thing you appreciated with me.
Oh, so one thing you appreciated with me is that I'm the most kind-hearted person you ever met.
Did I?
Emma.
Yes. Yes. Oh, so he even turned to Swedish now. Look at him. Yeah. And it's so good because when you say, "Did I get you?" You know, then you're really honoring that you're on his side. Otherwise, you could tolka, interpret what he's saying, and that's not the same thing, you know. So being on this side, asking, "Did I get you?" is a really big respect and an honor because I really want to get you. And I love the English word, "Did I get you?" It's so much better than the Swedish words because "get you" is really what about getting get. You know, you got me. Yeah, perfect. Tell her one way I can see this, and make it big so she can really suck in all the good stuff you're giving her now. So one way I can really see this, just give her a picture.
I'm not sure I actually understand.
One way, one thing you appreciated with her, what was that?
She's the most kind-hearted person I've met.
Yeah.
So,
So, and one way I can see that good-hearted. So give her an example of it, so she can really.
I can see it now because she's taking it in what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She lights up and she smiles and she has the most beautiful smile.
Tell her directly.
You have a most beautiful smile and you light up when you feel appreciated.
Yeah.
And I really do.
Yeah. Just look at him. Just look. Yeah. So I'm so glad that before you mirror him, just look at him because you're a visitor, and see what this does to him. Because you are really helping him to get that face expression right now. So one way you see this in me, and just mirror him. If you remember, otherwise ask him to say it again.
Can you say it again, please?
One way I see this.
The way I see this is in your eyes, in your smile, and you light up, and I see you receiving it.
Yeah.
But now at the moment, you're a little bit uncertain.
Okay, perfect.
see that.
Just look, just look.
And now you changed. As soon as I said that, the certainty disappeared.
Yeah, just look, and see how because you are a visitor here. I'm going to take my clothes off. You're a visitor here, so you can see how he touched ground on green. He's walking in green, and then suddenly he's touching a little bit brown. Could you see that? Yeah? And then he took him back to green again, you know. And this we do all the time. And this moment you are just the visitor. You're just the visitor. But you can also see that here's a beautiful man, and he's also a teenager and a little guy, and you got it all here because we all do all the time, you know. So you can also see how brilliant he have learned to read faces, you know. He've done that before because he was just doing that in micro movements with you, you know. And that is so important for you to say, oh, I'm just a visitor. I'm just looking. I'm just hearing. I'm just receiving. And then say it again, but say it in green. So what I can see now.
What I can see now is I see a woman in repose.
Yeah. Keep it green and keep it
and
directed to
and
her.
really quiet and still and so beautiful.
Yeah.
So I hear that you see a woman in repose. That
You
is,
see me.
you see me in my true nature, being still
Yeah.
and more relaxed
Yeah.
and happy.
Yeah. And you like it.
In my eyes, yeah, you said.
Yeah, you like it.
Yeah, I feel at home.
Yeah, you like it.
I
Stay with him. Stay with him. Because if you would say whatever you think, then you have lost the energy to him. Because where are you on the bridge then? Are you here or here?
Here.
Yeah. And you know, being here happens all the time. This, we're going to be a visitor here. So when you mirror, you're just going to be here. It's just about him. You're doing perfectly, both of you. Tell her, the best thing for me when I see you like this. What is the best for you?
The best thing I feel is I light up.
Yes.
And I feel energetic.
Yes.
And everything is possible.
Yes. Just look at him. Yes. Yeah. Look at him. But just breathe. Just breathe a bit.